Greetings. Today I am going to discuss my plight, which has not seemed to remedy itself, still in this captive state of inner space, like the Martin Short, Dennis Quaid, everybody's All-American Grey Ghost. So I've been hacked to where I am stuck in this matrix, which I power and provide resources to through plugs that are into my vulnerable, exposed body, but I am unable to use. So we've got the duality of reality, who I am, which I'm not allowed to utilize because my body is out of my league, if that makes any sense. But other people can sell parts of my body and use it if you play the game right. I mean, there's competition to use my body. So the duality of me being this giant, but the reality of my matrix body, which I'm living at right now, which I power and pay tons of money to, and well, raw value, which is distributed to the creator synthetic X-Men or mutants or monsters from the dungeon master to generate the magic that I provide or things like that. So we've got this giant of who I really am, which is paralyzed from the inability to utilize. It's like Hunger Games to keep me paralyzed. Hunger, and I suffer from hunger pains where I lash out because I realize who I am, yet the inability to utilize that persona, the reality. So this duality of me and the matrix, which I power, and my real body, which is paralyzed because I am fed barely enough to keep me on coma life support, so I can't move my body and escape because those that are the matrix or the grid that I power is relying addicted to escape. So that's why it's the necessity to kill, as you would. They've got this. The only way, that's why it's going on. They want to make sure that they kill me if I escape, seemingly. So that's why I mean, it's brainwashing the public to this certain type of. I mean, there's so much money involved in this, and there's so many angles being played from me that it's the necessity for a kill. Otherwise, that's why I'm stuck in limbo, because I don't think they're sure they can kill me, because it's obviously my life deals with a lot of conspiracy frauds, conspiracy to commit fraud. Therefore, that's the majority of it. We're talking about a lot of money. Conspiracy to commit fraud is the basis of my life against me. Me making keys, Matrix black cards, or these keys to the penthouse that I'm not able to use, or keys to Aston Martins, or Shelby Cobra, Carol Shelby, born on 1/11, same day as Ezra Cornell, and my mother. And Ezra Cornell is an interesting case. Born on 1/11, when my mother was born, and died on 12/9, being John Malkovich when I was born. So that's why Cornell is such an important part of this. Not to mention the genetic modification plugs into Cornell. So, my inability to, yeah, like I said, I'm not allowed to use it's the factory work or wherever it is. Yet, there's a lot more. I'm basically, my body is the factory. I am literally like fed things to have them taken away. I fetch. They've taught me to fetch as a industrial engineering fabricated factory. Yet I keep nothing except the bare bones minimum in order to protect the sanctity of the factory production, max profits as a business. It's always about proving they're better than me to justify a lot keeping me captive. So, Daredevil scam's gone haywire. It seems to be. What happened was there's the greed. That's why they won't even go to the negotiation. And I'm talking about there are lots of different mob faction groups of benefit. They will not even go to the negotiating table. And I'm not allowed to eat any meat everything matters more than me. I pay the max, and I get the min. That's the whole joke about my great-grandparents' Max and Mini. And Mini Pearl had the price tag. They're going to really screw me, basically. That's what they're trying to do. You pay the max and get the minimum. That's what, it's a big, wide-open option spread that they can give away and distribute in between. So these daredevil scams have gone haywire. I am not allowed to protect myself because I have to be vulnerable. There's the upper level scam. I'm not allowed, but it goes all the way down. Everything matters more than me. So I'm not allowed to protect myself. Therefore, they've lost control. And now the problem is, it's gotten so far out of hand that, it's necessity of protecting those that, so I am not even able to participate as the Deuce Bigelow bench warmer, as you would. I'm not able to participate even though I pay. I am just the host and nothing more. That's the hollowed body, whereas I am relegated to my character in the Matrix, which is the real world that we see, because I was hacked from this giant to be this, one of the lowest, as far down as they can screw me, basically, to get the max profit to prove they're good at business, because the basis of a lot of this deals with a business degree that I'm still trying, but there are parameters of what I'm allowed to accomplish. The dungeon master decides, I can't do this. There's only a certain way that I can escape. And it's always got to be the hard that I'm not good at. Because, I'm not able to do things I'm good at because I have to be pious, I guess, or reverent, or handicapped, or I don't understand. It's terrorist kidnapper, dungeon master rules because I pay. So I'm not allowed to play, but I pay. And I got to sit on the bench powering. And I'm not allowed to leave because I've got to protect the sanctity. I'm not able to grow up and defend myself. And it's gotten wet, and everybody knows this. That's why I'm dragged around. The mob drags me around to these areas, and I have been tortured for a long period, and I'm furious. It's hunger pains. I know it's just, hunger pains, so I lash out because I want people to see me try to wake them from their matrix coma that I power. So they drag me around like a surfboard or a skateboard and let me get ridden or screwed or hacked. And then they have accomplices. That's but I'm trying to warn people. Hey, look what you're doing. They're trying to catch you. But it's gotten to be so lopsided now. Like LSU and Rice game 77-0 in 1977 that obviously was a huge factor in this whole thing. They had to burn the bridge. See, Daredevils, instead of building a bridge, I was supposed to build a bridge, but they burned it instead. They figured they could just jump it back and forth, helicopters, or whatever. But the problem is that the bridge that there's a lot of the lower levels that are inability to cross, and so it creates this massive amount of animosity. So rather than having that's where you get into your real furious competitions, because there's only certain levels that can utilize the helicopters and the planes, and they're being attacked now by the lower levels. That's creating a revolutionary anarchy, animosity, revolt. So, media guilty was the top priority. They had to get the media screwed. It goes back to Sigma Delta Chi. Sigma SI Newhouse, or GMA, Sigma being sum total of the Delta Chi, and the pool, and therefore that's where you get into tattoo is God worshiping, because the body does not matter. Like I said, the matrix is the electric grid, the programming, and that's why I was kidnapped at key time. Because the matrix is growing stronger and stronger and stronger while I am not allowed to grow. So the discrepancy gets worse and worse and worse. So I am stuck here, powering the matrix to destroy me as independent emancipation from crowd that are then revolting against the fact that they are necessity relying upon me, yet they will not allow me to participate as the bench warmer. So, the media guilty was the top priority. That's what's been going on. Turning the media guilty. They realized they had to get me to try. They were going to use technology connectivity to bury me. So for me, the technology connectivity was adversarial because I was ignored and I was digging the whole time. But by them ignoring the conceptual, circumstantial, surreal state, even though if I am able to manufacture if I put this together in a proper package, it looks real, credible, and tangible. That's why I am not allowed to. That's why I'm handicapped. Oh boy, handicapped, shrunk. Because that's why I'm alienated. Yeah, they keep me inability. I'm surrounded by massive incompetence, first of all. Therefore, and people think I'm weird because I speak a totally different dimensional language. I speak from a macro perspective, and therefore I am speaking to people that are speaking on a very micro the hood, if even that, or the established. There's so many levels of society. Yet I am powering this massive level, so I am speaking from this massive level because I am trying to gain control of my giant body, yet I am stuck in this menial existence. That's the duality spread, multiple duality spread. So, I am handicapped in this bubble contained and then therefore trying, the only means I had to escape because I was ignored is tell the media. And I did. And they ignored me, so now they are guilty. So the guilty media was the key. And it's going to be considered reverent from the rest of the world, which is now, it was key technological times. This was a blitzkrieg, as you would, of the Dairy Queen blitzkrieg, is what I call it. The stampede herd are going to try to, like the Sooners, gain as much control of the global as possible, and they do not want this killing James Bond as I would. They want to, barrister law does not exist, and they're using me as the reverend example because I am a captain of the Saints, as you would. So they wanted to hijack the Saints, sabotage the rise of the King, and so the Dairy Queen stampede could jump as much claim as they could, control as much as they could. So therefore, at key technological times, I am bitch warmer, powering the revolution. The wealthy are just sitting back and gorging. They think fat's going to save them. They really needed a strong me as protection. They went overboard the wrong way. They got played by they really got hypnotized, glamored, as they would. So by not allowing me to grow up because of the global nature of Louisiana, because of parishes, global expansion into Latin America and Europe, then they are relying upon they're domesticated. That's like, I'm telling you, it's Elk Refuge and Grand Teton Elk Refuge in Jackson, Wyoming, because they refused to build they wanted to play outside, and they just kept getting, it's just Playboy hunters just kept getting burnt and burnt and burnt and burnt, and just never built a real root. Or with me being outside, and they're plugged into my body. So therefore, even though they're inside, they're plugged into my body because of the matrix. So then when I'm getting burnt, they're getting burnt. They just don't know it because there's levels of painkiller, gas for the most part. So they don't really realize it because they're gassed with this party, fun, crazy, zany atmosphere. So they really needed to let me build a roof to block the dangerous rays or the dangerous. That's what's going on. The dangerous adversarial melanoma. Then worship because I pay the most, pay the max, receive the min. So the sacred, everything is sacred. Everything I touch matters more than me. That was the whole magic factor. So anything I touch, then I'm relying upon magic because my body is neutralized. They've neutralized the body. And so magic, that's where you get into the material girl possessions. So they're trying to use the system to cripple. That's why the law is used as, I was buried really, really low because of hacks, because I was handicapped in the inability to properly manage my estate in order to be looted and pillaged, because I am vulnerable. Because we're talking about billions and billions of dollars here, and I'm trying to manage it on hundreds of dollars. That's a hard handicap, fair for the hunters out there, hunter-gatherers, leave and the angles of exploitation. But the problem is it just got way, way overboard and just completely. And now it's just lost control. And so the only answer is get as big as possible in case, because there is a lot of guilt. It really would. It could collapse like that. Honestly, it would be like a domino. And that's why they are desperate, in my estimation. They refuse to negotiate. They refuse to settle. They refuse to try to fix the problem. So they're going to play the pyramid. They're going to try to play the house of cards in a dome and protect the sanctity of it. And they've got insurance on the back end, I think, this happen. Not to mention, I'm producing golden parachutes, which I am not able to utilize. I'm not able to provide myself with a golden parachute. I am not, I produce life rafts, but I'm not allowed to use it. I got to go down on a ship to produce the most amount. They want to really screw me to the, they really want to prove how tough they are screwing me. So I got to produce the max amount of profitability, yet I am not able to use one. So if the ship sinks, I go down with it. That's a hostage. I'm a hostage extortion leverage because they decided to screw me rather than build a bank with me. So the people's retirement funds, they gambled their retirement funds, and the Beau Rivage was a warning, but they took it. They took the daredevil rent. They had the choice: Beau Rivage Palace in Switzerland, build a castle, or Beau Rivage Casino. They chose to gamble. Daredevils gamble, but they're infallible because of the blood that I provide. It makes them think they're infallible. That's a really crazy zany charge. So I must then protect them, forgiveness, or whatever, for this misnomer. But there are so many other levels. I'm trying to protect the future. They're going to have somebody has to pay, and there's solidarity. They don't want to pay anything. And then the sacrifices that should be made as reconciliation are then seized by the mob and sold in the whorehouse. So it's like another one of the factory gangs is because they don't negotiate with hostages. The terror, I know that's the reverse of the fortune trading places. The kidnapper terrorists who have bribed the law and have infiltrated the law and can use the law as the weapon and use medicine as the weapon. The kidnapper terrorists who refuse to pay a cent, to the victim, the ransom of Red Chief, they're going to get theirs, though. So they're not going to pay a cent to the hostages to escape, because the hostages might escape. So the reversal of fortune will not negotiate at all. So they're going to screw me as much as possible. So when I am abused, rather than making that's the big lure, that's the dangerous catch right there. It really is deadliest catch, because basically they're taking, when somebody screws me and then tries to, that's the S&M pimp game. I am being pimped out by being abused, screwed to deliverance, pimped out. So when I get screwed, somebody pays me for screwing me because of the global influence that they want to protect themselves, or it's just math or banking. Pay off. If you screw me, you ought to pay to screw me. So the kidnapper pimps using these extortion loan shark thugs in their law bribery are then paying protection to the cops. They're paying protection to the black market military. They're paying protection to the politicians. To then seize, it's like a tractor beam. So I get screwed, and my bank is getting screwed. They're making charges. Let's so me being Neiman Marcus, when they skin me or screw me, they get some luxury goods. But that's a Louis Vuitton. I'm below that. So the pimps, I'm fetching them good, luxury goods. So when I get paid, they're getting paid on both ends. Not only do they get the favor from the, so it's like they're selling off. They really are. They're selling off these to the men's health. They're selling off these tricks that are payments, deemed assets. So the old world assets are then sold off as tricks for the law-abiding. You know, it's really, really bizarre, but the logic is there. It's the truth to that story. So I'm a lure or attractor being for these pimps. And so they're selling off these asset tricks as another level of bribery for a mercenary bribe. It's like horse stealing, or if you will. Their branding is Mustang, or that's your Shelby Cobra, as you would. Rebranding, rebranding. But they don't pay a cent for it. They really don't. It's packaging. That's why it's Madonna Material Girl Cat House is what it is. I get paid in assets for getting screwed as far as bank. I'm a bank supposed to control assets, but I'm not allowed to. So when I get deposits or I get paid, then they are seized by the kidnappers and then get sold out as mercenary bribes. So the bank's still vulnerable. And then those that are paying them, the only way that they're paying for protection is the Dairy Queen Stampede charge. That's the only way they can control it, because they don't have the depth that the Louisiana parish has. So when they sabotage the global parish Louisiana grid, the Dairy Queen is the only replacement. So they've got to put, because in the commune, in the herd commune, and they're trying, it's just a long way off. And by the time it happens, it's going to be too late. So they're just, it's way out of control. So I am still here in Tybee trying to escape media boycott, and the wealthy are ignoring me. Even though basically there's brain damage when you cannot read. You've been blood doping. If you're draining my blood, or you're plugged into me some way, you're guilty to a degree, because you're paying off these third-party loan shark thuggery pimps. So you're not paying me. So then, therefore, it's brain damage, because you're not. Because then, therefore, your brain damage is you must bury my body, because you've paid off these third-party pimps who are posers, basically. And so you're paying off these thuggery, loan shark, racketeering, extortion pimps, but you're not paying the victim, you're not paying the bank, you're not paying for the goods you're receiving. So so the brain damage is the math that doesn't add up. So you're way out of balance, because you just paid a bunch of nobody pimps, who are then, their method of production is kidnapping and slavery as reverence to the world, as you will. So, that's my plight. Hopefully who knows, this has been going on forever. I honestly don't know if I'll ever escape.